So this one time I played a character named Gisa, and Gisa was a dragonborn paladin. And I decided to go Oath of Glory, and one of the tenets of Oath of Glory is, you must marshal the discipline to overcome failings within yourself that threaten to dim the glory of you and your friends. And I came to the conclusion that I should probably come up with a flaw so I can improve something about myself. And the flaw that I decided upon was money. Gisa was going to be somebody who really liked money, and sometimes he liked money so much to a fault. And I actually had a lot of fun with it. I liked the idea that my character wasn't perfect. It made me feel more immersed in this character that I was playing, and it caused a lot of funny and interesting RP moments. I thought it was really cool. Let's say, for example, Gisa was passing out some gold that the party just received. Gisa would probably hesitate for a moment, then take a look at the bag, then take a look at the rest of his party, and take a deep sigh, and then pass out the rest of the gold. There were many moments throughout the campaign where I did things like this, and it was a lot of fun to RP. And I think even if you're not playing an Oath of Glory paladin, everyone should try putting in at least one simple flaw into their character just to try it out. You know, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. With that being said, I think there's still a couple things that players should keep in mind before they decide what kind of flaw they're going to do. And number one, you should make sure that the flaw that you choose isn't having a negative effect on the other players that you're playing with. And what I mean by that is that I think the most fun part about playing D&D is coming up with an idea that your character is going to do and seeing that play out in real time in the game. And I think D&D can get really unfun when it feels like you're making decisions that you don't really want to make. Let's take that example I used beforehand with Gisa. Let's say that everything is the same in that situation, but then Gisa decides that he's not going to share any of the gold with the rest of the party. I would be robbing the other players of making the choice of what they're going to do with that gold. And another thing you should keep in mind about making a flaw is that you should keep it simple. It's tempting when you're starting to make a character to give it a lot of depth and a lot of story, but especially if you're a newer player, it can become very overwhelming when you're actually RPing and playing the game. You're going to spend a lot of time maybe thinking about, oh, what would my character do in this situation, rather than actually doing something in that situation. It's why I would recommend you keep a flaw really simple, like maybe your character is really afraid of water for some reason, or they're a really hardcore vegan. These are the types of things that are like really simple but can add a lot of depth to the character that you're playing. And then maybe later down the road when you actually start playing the game, you can come up with more ideas about why your character is like this.